Welcome to the continuing class on wisdom literature.
Tonga soeto indray amin'ny fitohizan'ny lesona amin'ny literatiora pahendrena.
This time we're going to talk about Ecclesiastes.
Ny bokin'ny mpitoroteny indray no resantsika androany.
Ecclesiastes is a Greek word.
Ecclesiastes na ny mpitoroteny de teny Grika.
And it comes actually from Hebrew.
Avy amin'ny teny Hebreo izy io.
And the Hebrew name of the book is Koheleth.
Ary amin'ny teny Hebreo ny anaran'le boky, ny anaran'ny mpitoroteny de hoe Kohelet.
They get that word Koheleth from the Hebrew word kahal.
Avy amin'ny teny Hebreo kohol, nazahoana an'le teny Hebreo hoe Kohelet.
And that word means assembly.
Ary ny dikan'izay teny zay de hoe fivondronana.
So then, Koheleth is one who gathers an assembly together.
Ka ny Koheleta zany de ny fanambarana atambatra zany fivondronana avondrona miaraka.
The common explanation is that Koheleth is a teacher.
Ny fahafantarana ny hoe Koheleta de hoe mpampianatra.
Some translations will say the preacher.
Ny mpandika-teny hafa de miteny hoe mpampianatra na mpitoroteny manko azafady.
But for us, teacher is a better word.
Fa ny teny tsara kokoa angamba de hoe mpampianatra fa tsy mpitoroteny.
Because the book is not only about a teacher who gathers students,
Satria ilay boky akory tsy hoe mpampianatra mampivondrona mpianatra ihany.
but it is also a teacher who has gathered together wise sayings.
Fa mpampianatra izay nandravina lesom-pahendrena ihany koa.
Well, we're not exactly sure when the book was written.
Tsy fantatra mazava hoe tamin'ny taona oviana no nanoratana ny bokin'ny mpitoroteny.
A lot of people want to associate this book with Solomon.
Betsaka ny olona izay te ampifandraika ny bokin'ny mpitoroteny amin'ny Solomon.
But it is certainly not from the time of Solomon.
Fa tsy avy amin'ny fotoan'andron'ny Solomon belibely akory.
Maybe some of the writings did come from his time,
Ngamba ny soratra sasany de mety tonga tamin'ny fotoanan'ny Solomon.
but it was not collected in its present form until much later.
Fa tsy voavondrona amin'ny soratra ananantsika amin'izao fotoana le izy raha tsy efa tena taty aoriana.
In fact, it came to its present form sometime after the Babylonian exile.
Efa taty aorianan'ny fahababoana tany Babilôna no zay voarakitra soratra fahitantsika anazy ohatr'izao izy.
Perhaps in what we call the Persian period.
Ngamba ny hoe periodin'ny Persianina.
So, we look at the theme of the book.
Raha ny thème amin'ny lohahevitra ny boky zany jerena.
And one of the most common themes that occurs throughout the whole book is about vanity.
De ny teny izay miverimberina matetika de ny hoe zavapoana.
But that word vanity isn't like pride, like we think it is.
Fa ny fahazahoantsika le hoe zavapoana tsy de tena tsy de tena hoe foeboebona, moeboebo.
The Hebrew word that we translate as vanity is actually more like vapor.
Fa tahaka ny hoe fomba azahoana azy zany de ohatrany hoe etona, vapeur.
You can't grab hold of it.
Tsy afaka raisy tanana, tsy afaka hoe kitihana.
And really, when it uses the word vapor, it's talking about how short and how unreliable life really is.
Ka rehefa miteny izy hoe zavapoana de tena tiany avotra amin'izany zany de ny hoe ny fiainana de fohy ary tsy afaka tena hoe ianteherana.
And we'll see that word vanity or vapor used 38 times in the whole book.
Hitantsika hoe ampiasaina 7 miverina 7 zany ny io teny hoe zavapoana io.
And people have interpreted the book in many different ways.
Betsaka no mandika ny boky mitoriteny amin'ny fomba maro samihafa.
Some say that the book is pessimistic.
Ao miteny hoe ny boky mitoriteny dia pessimisme na hoe manana fijery negative.
Some think it's very optimistic.
Ao koa nefa miteny hoe ny boky mitoriteny dia optimista na manana fijery positive.
I think both of those things are short of the truth.
Mihevitra aho fa tsy lavitra ny marina akory izany.
The book uses inconsistencies.
Ny ilay boky ny mitoriteny dia tsy consistant.
It'll say one thing in one place, but then it'll say something different in another place.
Miteny zavatra hafa ilay izy amin'ny toerana iray dia tena miteny zavatra hafa indray ilay izy ary amin'ny toerana hafa.
But what that's really talking about is how life is just like that.
Fa ny zavatra tena avoatra amin'izay zany amin'izay zavatra izay dia ny hoe ny fiainana dia tahaka izany mihitsy.
Now sometimes it looks like this is the truth, and sometimes it looks like something else is the truth.
Hoe indraindray ohatr'izao ilay fahamarinana dia amin'ny fotoana hafa indray indraindray ohatr'izao indray anefa ny tena fahamarinana.
It's just the way life is.
Ohatr'izay ny fiainana.
But it also is telling us that life is uncertain.
Miteny ihany koa hoe midika ihany koa zany hoe ny fiainana dia tsy misy hoe tena azo antoka.
At some point in our life we say, I'm sure that this thing is true.
Eo amin'ny fiainantsika misy fotoantsika tena miteny hoe ty zavatra ty dia tena sura fa tena ohatr'izao.
And then sometimes in our life things change and we think, no, that's not true. This is true.
Kanefa ny indraindray ihany koa eo amin'ny fiainantsika dia misy koa ny hoe tsy ty no marina fa ito no tena marina.
So instead of being optimistic or pessimistic, I think that Koheleth is realistic.
Ka au lieu de hoe optimiste na pessimiste, Koheleth dia miteny realistic.
The writer is a keen observer of the way life really is.
Ny mpanoratra dia tena mijery lalina ny amin'ny hoe zao no tena fisotro ny fiainana.
And the writer realizes that things change.
Ary tsapan'ny mpanoratra fa miovaova ny zavatra rehetra.
Our experiences change.
Ny experience antsika dia miova.
Our thoughts change.
Ny fisainantsika dia miova.
Sometimes even our beliefs change.
Ary indraindray aza ny finoantsika koa dia miova.
But all of that is okay for Koheleth.
Fa amin'ny Koheleth zany dia tsy maninona mihitsy.
Because in the end, Koheleth tells us we should enjoy life.
Satria ary amin'ny farany dia Koheleth miteny hoe ilaina manararaotra na ilaina miaina ty fiainana ty tsaratsika.
That life is given to us by God.
Ny fiainantsika dia nomen'Andriamanitra antsika.
Even the inconsistencies are given to us by God.
Na ny zavatra inconsistant eo amin'ny fiainantsika ara dia nomen'Andriamanitra antsika zany.
And because God has given us all of these things to show us that we can only hold on to God.
Reny zavatra rehetra reny dia omen'Andriamanitra antsika sy avelan'izy eo mba ilazanantsika fa Andriamanitra irery ihany no tena azo antoka.
And so Koheleth is telling us, don't put aside your enjoyment of life.
Kay Koheleta zany dia miteny antsika hoe aza atao de côté akory ny fitiavantsika ny fiainana.
Don't forget happiness,
Aza adino ny hafaliana
because that is what God has given us.
satria zavatra nomen'Andriamanitra antsika izany.
So now let's look at the structure of the book, the order of the book.
Andao ara jerentsika ny firafitry ny boky ny mpitoroteny.
The first part, verse 1 of chapter 1, is called the superscription.
Ny party voalohany amin'ny chapitre toko voalohany andiny voalohany dia titra kely.
And that just means a portion that is written above the text.
Io titra kely io dia soratra kely alohan'ny tena idirana amin'ilay text.
It's like in the Psalms, it will say a Psalm of David or a Psalm of Korach.
Ohatra tahaka ny eo amin'ny bokin'ny Salamo, misy an'ilay teny kely ary ambony hoe Salamo nosoratan'i David, Salamo nosoratan'i Korahita.
So as they translated the Bibles, they made those superscriptions many times, verse 1.
Ka ireo mpandika teny ny Baiboly zany dia nanisy an'ireny titra kely reny eo amin'ny toko voalohany andiny voalohany eo.
So the superscription says that these are the words of the teacher.
Ny sous-titre kely io na le titre kely io dia milaza fa ireto ny tenin'ny mpampianatra.
Or maybe we should say, these are the words of the gatherer who has collected them.
Na ireto ny tenin'ny ilay mpampivondrona ny soratra maro samihafa.
It calls the author a son of David.
Mpampianatra hoe zanak David.
So is it Solomon?
Ka Solomon hoe zany ny mpanoratra?
Or is it a descendant of David?
Sa taranak David?
When it's using Solomon as its model, it's simply because Solomon was the wise king.
Rehefa mampiasa ny Solomon izy en tant que modèle dia milaza fotsiny izy hoe ohatran'izao ny teny pahendrena ohatrany tamin'ny Solomon.
So the teacher is like Solomon,
Ka ilay mpampianatra zany dia ohatran'ny Solomon,
who has much wisdom at his fingertips.
izay manana teny fahendrena sy tena manam-pahendrena.
He has gathered all these proverbs, all these wise sayings.
Navondrony daholo ireto teny pahendrena sy ohabolana maro samihafa ireto.
So the speaker is not Solomon, but he is someone like Solomon.
Ka ilay mpanoratra, ilay mpiteny eto dia tsy Solomon akory fa olona figura tahaka ny Solomon.
So part 1 is going to be from chapter 1 verse 2 through chapter 6 verse 9.
Ka ny party voalohany zany dia toko voalohany andiny faharoa ka hatramin'ny toko fahaenina andiny fahafolo sy roa ambin'ny folo.
And so it starts off in verse 2 with the famous phrase, vanity of vanities, says the teacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity.
Ka ny fiandohany zany dia miatomboka amin'ilay teny malaza hoe zavapoana ny zavatra rehetra, zavapoana ny zavatra rehetra.
But remember, it's not talking about pride.
Fa tadio fa tsy miresaka momba ny hoe ego na ino ego?
Yeah,
Pride?
yeah.
Ego. Na fueboibona.
It's talking about vapor or air.
Fa miresaka kosa izy ohatrany hoe tahaka ny hoe vapeur na rivotra.
It's all empty.
Zavapoana tsisy vide.
And so the teacher starts off with the very first verse of teaching by saying everything disappears.
Ka ny mpampianatra zany de milaza fa ny zavatra rehetra de manjavona.
And you can't hold on to anything.
Tsy afaka hoe hisarangotana.
In the preface of that section, verses 2 through 11, the preface of that section is verses 2 through 11.
Ny préface an'ty ty partie ity de ny toko voalohany andiny faharoa ka hatramin'ny faraiky amby folo. Zay ny préface.
The Hebrew grammar here is very active.
Ny grammaire hébreu eto de active.
And it keeps using these phrases that this exciting thing happens, but in the end, nothing changes.
Milaza izy fa zao zavatra tsara be zao de mitranga, misy an'izao zavatra tena mahaliana be zao mitranga, fa ary amin'ny farany tsisy ninona tena hoe tanteraka.
A generation goes away and a new generation comes.
Génération teo lasa de génération vaovao indray misonitra miakatra.
But the earth stays unchanged.
Kanefany izao tontolo izao de tsy misy fiovana.
The wind blows up from the south.
Rivotra de mitsoka avy any amin'ny sud,
comes around again
ary miverina manao boribory,
and starts where it began.
ary mitomboka amin'ny tena niantombohany.
The sun comes up and it goes down.
Ny masoandro de miakatra de milentika.
But tomorrow it's back where it was.
Fa ny ampitso de miverina amin'ny niantombohany ihany indray.
So it sounds like nothing changes.
Ka ohatrany hoe tena tsisy ninona miova zany.
But it's the work, it's the striving that's important.
Fa ny zava-dehibe de ny hoe ny asa sy ny effort.
In verse 2, it says that everything is vapor.
Eo amin'ny andiny faharoa de hoe miteny izy hoe zava-poana.
And in verse 3, it says that everything is work.
De eo amin'ny andiny fahatelo de miteny izy hoe ny zavatra rehetra de asa.
But this beginning poem, this preface, it starts off with humanity and it ends with humanity.
Miantomboka ty préface ity eto amin'ny andiny faharoa ka hatramin'ny raiky amby folo de miantomboka, it starts with what again?
Humanity.
Miantomboka amin'ny olombelona ary miafara amin'ny olombelona.
And that's really the point of the whole book.
Ary zay ny tena but na zay ny tena tanjon'ny boky, ity boky ity.
Koheleth does not talk about God's view. Koheleth talks about our view.
Koheleta de tsy miteny ny point de vue an'Andriamanitra fa kosa miteny ny point de vue antsika olombelona.
This is the way it looks to us.
Zao ny fomba fijerintsika.
Sometimes we're right and sometimes we're wrong.
Indraindray tsika marina, indraindray tsika diso.
And we live our lives and we work hard, but the earth doesn't change.
Isika de miaina ny fiainantsika, isika de miasa mafy fa ny zao tontolo zao de tsy miova akory.
In chapter 1 verse 12 is the beginning of another section that will go through 2:26.
Ny section manaraka de manomboka amin'ny andiny faharoa amby folo ka toy hatrany amin'ny toko faharoa ka hatramin'ny fahaenina amby roapolo.
And in that section he begins by talking about chasing after wisdom.
Amin'io andin'ireo zany de manomboka miresaka izy ny hoe tsika manenjika ny fahendrena.
It's kind of like a failed experiment.
Expérience tsy réussie zay zavatra zay.
He says that can we really capture wisdom?
Hoy izy hoe tena afaka ho tratrantsika hoe zany fahendrena izany.
Can we really exalt ourselves?
Move tsika tena afaka manandratra ny tenantsika?
No, we can't.
Non, tsy afaka isika akory.
Because there is always more wisdom to be had.
Satria tsy maintsy misy fahendrena azo foana ambony misy fahendrena azo foana zany fa tsy hoe endry hoe nahatakatra ny fahendrena isika.
So in the end, is wisdom any better than foolishness?
Ka farany fahendrena hoe zany tsara kokoa noho ny fahatalana.
But what he's really telling us is that chasing after wisdom, pursuing wisdom, is also like pursuing vapor.
Fa ny tena teneny amintsika zany dia ny hoe isika mikatsaka sy manenjika ny fahendrena dia tahaka ny hoe manenjika rivotra ihany.
So it makes us wonder, is it worth it?
Ka lasa mampanontany hoe sa ho voalam-piainana ve zany?
But he will go on to answer that question.
Fa manohy izy hamaly izany fanontaniana izany.
In chapter 3 is probably the most famous section of Ecclesiastes.
Ny toko fahatelo angamba no toko malaza indrindra amin'ny boky am-pitoriteny.
In the first 8 verses, it talks about the times and the seasons.
Eo amin'ny andiny voalohany ka hatramin'ny fahavalo amin'io toko fahatelo io dia milaza ny saison hoe ny toetrandro, ny saison.
In verse 1, it says that for everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven.
Amin'ny andiny voalohany eo miteny hoe pour chaque saison misy fotoana ny daholo ny zavatra rehetra.
And it talks about the times of our lives, that there's a time when everything happens.
Misy fotoanany ny zavatra rehetra mitranga eo amin'ny fiainantsika.
There's a time to be born, there's a time to die.
Misy fotoana iterahana, misy fotoana ifatesana. Teny hahafatesana.
There's a time to plant and a time to pluck up.
Fotoana fambolena ary fotoana hanangonana ny voly.
A time to kill and a time to heal.
Fotoana hamonoana ary fotoana hahasitranana.
There's a time for crying and a time for laughing.
Misy fotoana hitomanina, misy fotoana hiomehezana.
There's a time to search and a time to lose.
Misy fotoana hitadiavana ary fotoana haverezana.
It says there's a time for love and a time for hate.
Miteny ihany koa izy hoe misy fotoana hitiavana, misy fotoana hankalana.
And a time for war and a time for peace.
Fotoana hiedina, fotoana fandriampahalemana.
And those things aren't telling us, it's not saying to hate.
Tsy miteny akory izy hoe, tsy miteny akory hoe halau, ankahalau.
We're not given permission to hate.
Tsy mahazo permission, tsy mahazo alalantsika ankahala.
We're not really given permission for war.
Tsy omena permission itsika, tsy mahazo alalantsika hiady.
But there is a time when hate is all around us.
Fa misy kosa ny fotoana hoe ny fankahalana dia manodidina antsika.
And there is a time when war is all around us.
Ary misy fotoana koa ny hoe ny hiady dia manodidina antsika.
It's not giving us direction, it's just telling us how life is.
Ka tsy hoe akory manome direction antsika izy eto fa milaza antsika hoe ohatr'izao ny fiainana.
And the most important thing is that God has given us a time for everything.
Ary ny zavatra important dia ny hoe Andriamanitra dia nanome antsika fotoana amin'ny zavatra rehetra.
That in God's creation, all of these things are going to have their time.
Eto amin'ny zavaboarin'Andriamanitra, ireo rehetra ireo dia manana ny fotoanany aby.
There is a time when we will die.
Misy fotoana tsy maintsy hahafatesantsika.
And Koheleth is telling us that all of this is in God's hands.
Ary Koheleta dia miteny antsika hoe reto zavatra rehetra reto dia eo am-pelatanan'Andriamanitra.
It talks a lot about work and labor.
Milaza imbetsaka momba ny asa.
That there is a time when we're supposed to work.
Misy fotoana ilaina miasa isika.
And God has given us this time for work.
Ary omen'Andriamanitra antsika izay fotoana izay hiasana.
Remember back in Genesis when God told the humans, the first humans, that you're going to have to work.
Raha tadidinareo raha mijery ny todika any amin'ny Genesis itsika dia Andriamanitra dia miteny hoe ilaina miasa isika.
So it's saying, don't forget, God made this time for working.
Ka zadino izy izy fa ity fotoana ity dia nomen'Andriamanitra fotoana hiasana.
But he also goes on to discuss that judgment and the future all belongs to God.
Miteny ihany koa izy fa ny jugement na ny fitsarana, judgment and
The future.
ny jugement na ny fitsarana sy ny hoavy dia an'Andriamanitra.
And because God has appointed certain times, God will be the judge of everything.
Ary satria Andriamanitra nefa nanendry ny fotoana ho an'ny zavatra samihafa, Andriamanitra ihany no mpitsara.
And he says that in verse 19 of chapter 3,
Eo amin'ny toko fahatelo andiny fahasivy ambin'ny folo,
he says that God is showing us that we're the same as animals.
Andriamanitra izy dia maneho antsika eo fa isika dia mitovy amin'ny biby.
Animals die, and so do we.
Maty ny biby, isika koa maty.
So don't think that you're any better than the animals, Koheleth says.
Ka Kohelety eto miteny hoe aza mihevitra isika fa tsara kokoa noho ny biby.
All of them come from the dust and go back to the dust.
Ireo rehetrareo dia avy amin'ny vovoka ary miverina ho vovoka.
So he says, like animals enjoy their work, so we should enjoy ours.
Ka ozy izy eto hoe tahaka ny biby izay tia ny asany, isika koa dia tahaka izany tiavo ny asantsika.